Mind games people play and how to win quietly. They smile at you, they agree with you, they even compliment you. But somewhere underneath, they are playing a game, a quiet psychological chess match where the pieces are not made of wood, but of emotion, attention, and power. This is the world of mind games, the invisible battlefield where human test control, ego, and influence without saying a word. And the truth is, you cannot avoid it because everyone, consciously or not, plays. But you can learn how to win, not loudly, not violently, but quietly. The unspeakable battlefield. Every day, from the workplace to your family, from friends to strangers online, you are being pulled into subtle games. Someone wants to make you feel small. Someone else wants your attention. Another wants you to doubt yourself. These are not accidents, they are psychological maneuvers. The most common mistake people make is thinking they can avoid the game by refusing to play. But here is the paradox. Refusing to play is already move. Silence, withdrawal, agreement, and all send messages. So the really mastery is not to stop the game. It is to understand it so deeply that you can move through it without being moved by it. Game 1. The doubt trap. This is one of the oldest tricks in human interaction. Someone makes a small comment, a harmless suggestion that plant a seed in your mind. Says to you, are you sure that's the best idea? You have changed a lot lately. Everyone says you are overreacting. They don't attack you directly, they tilt your inner compass. You begin to question yourself, and in that is hesitation, they gain control. The goal of the doubt trap is not to prove you wrong, it is to make you unsure that you are right. How to win quietly. Don't rush to defend yourself. Pause. Let the silence breathe. Then respond with calm certainty. I appreciate your concern. I'm confident in my choice. No debate, no justification. Confidence ends the game. Game 2. Emotional ping pong. Some people control others by keeping them emotionally unstable. They give affection, then take it away. They praise you, then criticize you. You are left guessing, chasing their approval like a ping pong ball, bouncing between valuation and rejection. This is how manipulators create emotional addiction. They condition your nervous system to craft their next reaction. How to win quietly. Step out of the game. When they pull away, you don't chase. When they praise, you don't glow too much. You become emotional flat, not cold, just balanced. That is how you break the pattern, by showing them their buttons no longer work. Game 3. The mastery move. They hurt you and they act like the victim. They twin the story so you end up apologize for their behavior. I am sorry you feel that way. I was only trying to help. Suddenly, you are comforting the person who wronged you. The mastery move is a guilt game designed to flip power through emotion. How to win quietly. Refuse to argue in the emotion frame. You can say, I understand how you feel, but I also know what happened. Then walk away. You don't need to confuse them. You only need to remind yourself of the truth. Game 4. The silent punishment. They stop talking to you. No explanation, no closure. They ignore your messages, pretend you don't exist. It is not silence, it is control. They want you to feel invisible, anxious, desperate to fix things. How to win quietly. Respect the silence. You don't beg. You don't double text. Mirror their energy, but with peace, not pride. Because silence only work when other person fears it. When you embrace it, the power returns to you. Game 5, the public test. Ever notice how some people embarrass you in front of others? A sarcastic joke, a subtle joke, a friendly insult. They do it to test your composure. If you react emotionally, they win the audience. You lose your balance. How to win this quietly as well? Smile, look them in the eyes, and say nothing. The silence will feel heavier to them than any comeback because deep down, they wanted your reaction, not your peace. And when you don't give it, you become unpredictable. Powerful people are always unpredictable. Game 6. The comparison game. They compare you to others, subtly or openly. You are good, but she's more confident. Is doing better at your age. Comparison is the weapon of insecurity. Its goal is to make you measure yourself with someone else's ruler. How to win this as well quietly? Stop competing. Remind yourself the only person you must outperform is who you were yesterday. Respond softly. I'm not in race. That one silence the arms every comparison. Game 7, the fake helper. They come as advisor, but their helps as hooks. I just want what is best for you. If I were you, I will do it this way. But behind the words is a subtle message. You don't know what you're doing. How to win this quietly as well? Thank them, then do what you are going to do anyway. True wisdom doesn't argue, it acts. The psychology behind the games. Mind game come from one source, the fear of losing control. People play game when they feel powerless inside, so they manipulate, test, and twist to feel superior again. Understanding this doesn't mean you excuse them, it means you don't absorb it. You stop asking, why are they doing this to me? And start saying, I see the pattern and I choose peace. The heart of winning quietly. Winning quietly doesn't mean winning secretly. It means winning without noise. You don't expose them, you don't argue, you don't post crafty quotes online. You simply stop feeding the game. You withdraw attention, you protect your peace, and you let time reveal the truth. Because people live on manipulation eventually collapse when the energy they feed on is no longer available. How to build an unplayable mind. You cannot stop others from playing mind games, but you can make yourself unplayable. Here is how. 1. Practice emotional neutrality. When you feel triggered, breathe. Don't reply immediately. Let time separate feeling from action. 2. Learn the power of silence. Not every question needs an answer. Not every attack needs defense. 3. Know your word privately. People can only manipulate when they can measure. When your confidence is not public, it becomes untouchable. 4. Study patterns. Not when you recognize a pattern, you no longer take things personally. The ego trap. Sometimes the mind game is inside you. You want to prove you are right. You want revenge. You want to show them they cannot win. That is ego talking. An ego love finds game because it thrives on reaction. True mystery is when you no longer need to prove you're strong. You simply are. The mirror effect. Every manipulator, every toxic person, every emotional player, it shows you something about yourself. Maybe you need for approval. Maybe your fear of rejection. Maybe your lack of boundaries. When you see it as mirror, not a wall, you grow inside of bleeding. Winning quietly is not about defending others. It is about understanding yourself so deeply that others lose the ability to control you. The quiet power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It is ability to say, I wish you well, but your chaos is not my home. When you detach, mind game lose oxygen because every manipulator need your attention like fire needs air. Starve it and it dies silently. When silence speaks louder than revenge, you don't need to destroy anyone. You just need to let truth and time to their work. People remember peace more than argument. They respect mystery more than reaction. Sometimes the best revenge is simply living well, achieving quietly, and letting your calm become louder than the chaos. Mind games in everyday life. Let's bring things close to real life. When a co-worker takes credit for your idea, don't argue in the meeting. Document everything. Let document everything. Then let your consistency excellence expose the truth. When a friend mocks your dream, don't explain your vision. Just keep building it. When family members try to guilt trip you, thank them for caring. Then do what aligns with peace. In every scenario, winning quietly looks like this: less reaction, more direction. You are not fighting, you are focusing. Understanding the game changes the player. The moment you understand human behavior, you stop being shocked by it. You see pattern instead of problem. And with that, you gain freedom. Because awareness itself is the ultimate counter move. No manipulator can control a mind that is awake. The final game, inner peace versus outer chaos. The last and hardest mind game is between you and your own thoughts. The world may stay loud, but may still play their tricks. But your goal is to keep the inner world silent. Because when the mind is quiet, no one can disturb it. That is highest form of victory. The victory of stillness. You don't need to outsmart anyone. You just need to center them, master yourself, and every game around you become obvious. So the next time someone trying to manipulate you, smiles inside, recognize the pattern, and remember they are playing checkers while you are meditating on chess. If this video spoke to you, share it with someone who is learning to move quietly. And remember, real power doesn't shout, it simplifies it.